Hi, entrepreneurs. My name is Jess Loren, or today you might know me as Harley Quinn. We are live here in Chicago at Chicago Costume with Cortland Hickey. He is one of the owners of Chicago Costume. Thanks for having us.
Thank you very much for having me.
So tell us, Cortland, we want to know everything. We want to know about the business of having multiple locations, brick and mortar. We want to know about e-commerce. You have such an amazing place here. We want to know everything. So just how did it all get started?
Well, Chicago Costume is a family business. My mom started it in 1976, which is a little shop making her own costumes.
So 1976. So you were a kid. And
I was not born yet.
Not born yet. Okay. Sorry, I'm aging you
okay.
already.
And I pretty much grew up here, and I realized when I was in high school that this is really what I wanted to do, and I pretty much have been doing it ever since. And I've taken it really to the next level as far as being involved with our customer service, product ordering, e-commerce, social media, just really, doing everything that needs to get done involving a small business these days.
So when your mom decided to start a costume shop, how, were your grandparents in the business? How did that all happen?
No, she started out doing theater costumes, and she took out an ad in the Yellow Pages. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Yellow Pages. It's a little antiquated now, but it was the way that people found things back in the day. And so this is one of her stories. She claims that she took out an ad in the Yellow Pages, and people started calling her at all hours of the night during October looking for costumes. And she realized that this is something that people do every year during Halloween. It was a different era. It was pre-globalization. It was a different time. Things didn't exist. So if you wanted something, you had to make it.
Oh, so back then there weren't the pre-made costumes as much?
Not in the same way. I mean, there was little stuff. Halloween, for a lot of people, was a kid's holiday. And so in Chicago in the late 70s, early 80s, as urbanization really took hold, and people started going out to parties, people with money, people, the yuppies evolved, essentially, and people started to say, oh, this is cool. I want cool costumes. I want to get dressed up and be cool. And that's really where a lot of our current present day, commercialism from Halloween comes from.
So is this the original store from 1976?
This is not. We've been here only since 1983.
Oh, only since before I was born.
Right, exactly. So we've been in this location for 30 some odd years plus, and it's a great location. Being in a neighborhood like Lincoln Park here in Chicago, we couldn't have picked a better location to have been founded and to have been located since a very early era. So people know us, right? We've been around since people were in college, across the street from DePaul University. People.
Again, this location is right in the university location,
That's correct.
DePaul University. Mm-hmm. So I think for you, location, and for other entrepreneurs, location is key.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a lot to be said for where your business is, and we're in a great neighborhood with a high median income, and we have a lot of students. Students have a lot of disposable income because they're living off their parents basically, and they love dressing up. So that's another great thing.
And for all you students out there, we are going to show you some awesome costumes later that you'll love. So
we're also not too far from downtown as well, so we can also we're a convenient location for corporate customers, all kinds of different delivery services. If people need things picked up and dropped off, it's pretty easy.
So you've been in this location since 1983. Mm-hmm. Do you have other locations? Have you grown?
Yes. So we, for many years, did a ton of seasonal stores throughout Chicago, and then realized that, in order to do that, we needed to have a permanent second year-round location that serves all of the other needs that we're not able to fit basically in the store. The store is very popular. We have a lot of customers come in, so we devoted all of our space to retail sales, but we also have a website. We also have seasonal merchandise like Santa Claus suits and leprechaun costumes and Easter bunnies. Those are all great things, but they take up a ton of room, and so we have a second location that's our warehouse location. It's in the up-and-coming Portage Park, Mayfair neighborhood. Montrose and Cicero, it's right off the expressway, so people with cars, it's a little easier to access. It's also right by public transportation. It's not too far away from the airport. It's got all of these big pluses, and it's 33,000 square feet. So
wow, 33,000 square feet. So I've actually been friends with Cortland for many years now, and it's been awesome having a friend who has a costume place.
I'm your guy, I'm everybody's costume guy. I get texts, I get Facebook messages in the middle of the night. Hey, do you have a kid's Pikachu costume? All kinds
Pikachu.
of. Everybody I ever met always calls me, and that's kind of fun too.
Yeah.
Because I've also been in the neighborhood. I grew up here. I've been in the neighborhood, so, forming connections with people has been really great, a great way to solidify business, especially when the economy's not so great and people aren't shopping all the time. So
yeah, and I would say that your business is social good. You guys do so many events throughout the year, especially for charity. Would you say that doing charity events or social events in general has helped your business?
Well, partnering with any event is huge, but also being involved with philanthropy in general is always a plus for me because it's a personal level of fulfillment. It's a way I don't, as a small business owner, it's not like I have a lot of money to give, but I do have costumes and I can give people something that they wouldn't normally have, or they might be spending a lot of money someplace else.
You literally bring the party.
Exactly.
So, 1983, when did you open the second location?
Well, we've been there since 2010. So the last 6 years, we have our second permanent year-round location, and it's taken a really long time to really get it solid. But right now, it's a great retail store. We have an awesome website where we ship stuff every day. We have a second year-round rental department, as well as a place to create costumes for people, a whole production facility with which we can make custom costumes, custom mascot costumes, all kinds of cool stuff.
So tell us about the mascot business. I think there's plenty of fans out there that love watching sports,
right? Of course.
And a lot of we won't name names, but a lot of their favorite mascots are born here in Chicago at your place. So tell us about that business.
Well, we do a lot of stuff for local sports teams, mascots. People don't necessarily think of a mascot as an athlete, but they are an athlete in many ways, the same as the guys on the field. They're jumping around, they're flipping, and they're wearing a big heavy costume.
They're sweating so bad.
The mascot business is really my mom's baby, and she's really grown that in the last couple of years out of sheer will. And it's a great little thing because it's very, just like costumes in general is very niche, but also mascots are another niche aspect of it because there's so much knowledge from making costumes that transfers into the design and implementation of mascot designs, heads, and then there's maintenance on those costumes because these guys.
So it's a recurring business.
It's a recurring business. Yeah.
Recurring business model. So say I'm an entrepreneur and I have a company and I've come up with a mascot for my business, or my business has a logo that is a character. How would I come to your company and have this mascot made, and how does that process work?
Well, typically we just get an email that says, here's what I'm looking for, here's what I need, here's what I want to do with it. But there's lots of different processes depending on people's budgets and their idea of what they want. So, if you're a professional sports team, you might have a much higher budget than, say, just a small store or a small .com or something like that. But it all really depends on every situation is fairly unique. While there are similarities in each case, they're all obviously mascot costumes. It all just depends on what people's budget is and what their idea is. If it's an attainable thing, some people come in and say, "Oh, I want to be a rocket ship," and like this thing. So their idea of what that costume is and what is possible in physics are sometimes two very different things.
You've been you've mentioned your mom quite a few times, and so there's plenty of entrepreneurs. We have over 3 million here on the network that work with their families. So you guys have been in business for forever. What has been the keys to success of being in business with your family? You have your lovely wife here every day as well.
I have my wife. I have my 2 children with me. I have lots of siblings involved. I would say the number one key to being involved in a family business is communication. Because nobody pushes your buttons quite like your family members. And as long as you keep an open mind and keep the communication levels really high, the decision-making and communication is all shared, and nobody's going off being a cowboy and doing things on their own necessarily, then I think that's a real key, for me at least recently in my family business, to make sure that everybody knows what's going on. It's not just me. I'm not just the one person out there doing things, and other people are not doing that as well.
Now you've mentioned, obviously October is probably your busiest holiday. But how have you managed, there's many companies that are seasonal, but how do you manage to stay, profitable throughout the rest of the year?
Well, again, it's like sheer force of will. Like,
being that scrappy entrepreneur.
Yes, exactly. We figure things out. When people call, we answer the phone and we say, and they say, I'm looking for this.
When people call, they answer the phone.
Well, we don't have a voicemail system. I mean, we have voicemail if we're not here, but we don't have press 1 for Cortland or something like that. Like, I try to answer the phone myself as much as possible because I know absolutely everything we carry in our store, and I know everything that we can do. And you'd be surprised how how you can lose people, you can win people or lose people within just the first few minutes of a telephone call, or digital communication like an email or Facebook message, Twitter, Instagram. The way people communicate is really kind of awesome right now. There's a lot of different ways that people can talk to you, and just making costume holidays that didn't exist before, and the ways that people celebrate, and really finding our customers.
So tell me about that process, making costume holidays that didn't exist before.
Well,
tell me about one of those.
Like Christmas used to just be Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus. Now there's ugly Christmas sweaters, and there's fun holiday outfits, and lots more involved with it. Thanksgiving used to maybe be turkeys. Now it's turkeys, pilgrims. It's all kinds of fun stuff. That's obviously, you could be lots of different costumes for that.
So are you telling me that people are partying more?
People are partying more, absolutely. And people are looking for, and costumes themselves have become more mainstream, and people are wearing and accepting costumes, and there's a lot of other things going on relating to costumes. They're more part of fashion now than they were at any point before. It's not look so odd. You see somebody walking down the street in pajamas or like a onesie outfit. It's not it's not that odd, really.
Do you think that the age of social media has really increased the use of costumes and people wanting to show off? And
Absolutely. Well, one of the things that I like to tell people too, especially about Halloween, is that it's very different than other holidays. So it's not the same. Like with Christmas, you're shopping for other people. For Halloween, you're shopping for yourself. So it's a lot about how you view yourself and what you think, what your image that you have, and what you want to portray to other people. So that has a great deal to do with the way you select the costume and what costume you do, and the method by which you shop.
Individuality. Yeah. Okay, great. So you have these two great locations. One is gigantic. So I've actually had the chance to be at their other location. You mentioned it's 33,000 square feet, and it's a factory. They have so many costumes there. They have a huge e-commerce business. So I'd like to get into the e-commerce side. You have,
I wish it was huge.
Yeah. So you have, the two locations. You expanded in 2010 to this large location into the e-commerce world. How did you get into that? You went from brick to mortar to e-commerce. There's plenty of entrepreneurs out there doing it as well. We'd love to know your process.
Well, it's very complicated and continues to be a learning process. We're what's called an omni-channel retailer, meaning we offer products, physical products in store as well as online.
Omni-channel retailer.
Yeah, that's a industry lingo. We have all of these various outlets for which we can serve our customers, and so it becomes there's a lot of complexity with doing that. If you go to a major big box store, you go to their website, it'll tell you what they have, how many they have, and where they have it. Well, you would think that's a pretty simple system, but it's not. All of those major companies have all of that infrastructure and those computer systems built in for them. So as a small business owner, we've had to try to figure out ways to get those same type of solutions, internet solutions, in store, and the communication level that it requires is pretty high, actually. We have probably about 50,000 products that we carry.
50,000 products?
Right. Well, on and off, right? So there's a lot of seasonal stuff. There's at any one time, we have about 50,000 SKUs on our point of sale system. We have about 15,000 items available for purchase on our website, and so it's very tough to always have exactly what the people want in one way or the other, right? So they want to buy it online, to have dedicated inventory stock for a customer to be able to buy a product online is important, right? Nobody wants to go to a website and say out of stock, right? But then at the same time, customers, especially our local customers here in Chicago, use our website to try to locate products available for immediate purchase in store, and which is another huge challenge, trying to have the products available in store that are on our website at the exact same time, without maintaining multiple separate inventories and having all that technology communicate with each other, and to have salespeople who know exactly what that product is and where it is I would say our greatest accomplishment, and also our greatest challenge on an everyday basis.
So getting the e-commerce system up and running, what would you say was the hardest thing as part of that?
Convincing my mom that it was worthwhile, perhaps. I don't know.
Talking to your mom about the internet, huh?
Well, no, realizing that it's a long-term investment, right? You want to build a website. You are not going to make sales overnight. You could, but it's going to take a really long time.
That's a good point.
And it takes forever to get everything done that you need. So
I think there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there that think that they launch this website, they have products, and they're going to sell them all of a sudden. And so to hear, you've been around for forever, so that wasn't the case, and you guys have been in the business for over 30 years. So you know, as far as e-commerce is concerned, the lesson learned here is it takes a lot of work.
And it requires a tremendous amount of infrastructure to do shipping and knowledgeable staff in order to figure out the customer requests in a timely fashion, and an amazing amount of organization and inventory, you know, to be able to serve them the products that they're looking for, and sort of a constant level of marketing to try to capture those customers and show them the products.
So tell us about your marketing mix. Like, how are you, you know, not only marketing your brick and mortar locations, but your e-commerce business?
Well, we do kind of a mix of everything. We have billboards, we have Google AdWords, we do our own event. We have a big event coming up, a fashion show at the Bottom Lounge in a couple of days. It's a Chicago Costumes Anti-Hero Fashion Show at the Bottom Lounge at Lake and Ogden on Thursday night from 7:30 to 10. And that's a cool event because we get to sort of showcase a lot of our cool costumes and a lot of our partners who do, you know, makeup design, hair design, things like that we work with all the time. And it's a fun and interesting event. It's a great exercise for me and my employees to go through and see what really goes in. How do these costumes really work? You know, we might be getting an outfit like yours and figure out that like not every single piece works exactly the way it should out of the bag, and how do we make that work so we can sell it better to the customers later?
Right.
You know, but marketing is a constant. We do everything from, you know, again, web, billboards. We put cards on people's cars. We do everything. You know, we do webcasts. You know,
yeah. Live here from Chicago. So, you know, let's walk through the store, and then I heard you have a bit of a fashion show for us.
Yeah, we got a couple people to get dressed up just for you.
So show us the front of the store here.
Front of the store here is a ton of cool masks. We have a lot of masquerade style masks right here behind me. It's one of our biggest items that we carry. I probably carry 5,000 or 6,000 different styles of masquerade masks.
So are people just using these at mass? Is there many mask parties?
New Year's Eve, Mardi Gras, all kinds of fun events that people can get dressed up for. A lot of charity events, balls, things like that. They're very elegant. They're like a work of art, pretty much. We do custom masks as well. We're often making custom masks with corporate logos.
Oh, really?
You know, all kinds of cool stuff. Fun. Yeah. So it's a fun, easy item. It's a small item, but it says a lot. It's very artistic.
So which is your favorite?
Which is my favorite mask? Oh, I don't know. I would say you can actually look at my YouTube page, but I made a couple of videos for these guys up here. Okay. I think it's called the Flavius mask.
Flavius.
There's a lot of really cool Greco-Roman style ones.
I like the ones with the noses.
Yeah, those are classic style, Venetian style. Up here we have tons of wigs, a lot of cool sunglasses, latex masks, very popular. You know, for people to get dressed up as their favorite character. You know, whether it's Ninja Turtles or Batman. Then over here is all of our wigs. We have a huge selection of wigs. I probably carry, 10,000 different wigs, including all the different colors of each style of wig. Very popular. Obviously, you've got a great wig on here too.
We'll talk about how you can purchase all this in a bit. But, you know, of all these products, are you purchasing them from other sellers? Are you guys creating your own products?
Well, we mostly buy from a variety, probably about 75 different wholesalers. Some of the things are made domestically. Some of the things are imported. It all just depends on the type of products. Okay. Over here, we've got our full theatrical makeup selection with prosthetic pieces and foundations and blood and all kinds of fun powders and
what would you
makeup
say
kits.
Is the most popular in this section?
You know, as far as makeup is concerned, we have a number of brands that are very popular. There's no one makeup product that is more popular than any other, I guess. But, you know, Halloween is always blood products, all kinds of fun stuff. But, you know, there's a lot of really cool things that you can do with makeup if you've got the skill and you've got the time and you know what you're doing. You know,
and I heard you have some tutorials on your website.
We absolutely do. We've been recording some really cool makeup tutorials on how to use all of our products to create some of the coolest looks.
And I heard that there's a makeup tutorial about the makeup they did for me today as well for Harley Quinn.
It's going to be the #1 Halloween costume this year. So
it is? I'm the #1. I even have a bat. Yeah. All right, so we've got children's costumes.
Children's costumes we've got in the back, but makeup, we've got a lot of cool facial hair over here. You know, mustaches, goatees, temporary tattoos, a lot of fun products to facial hair is a very fun, interesting product line. Do you want to maybe stop and we can do a little fashion show real quick and we can hit the rest of the store?
Sure, yeah, let's do it. So we're going to bring in some of the employees here of Chicago Costume.
All right. Sorry.
We have a female version of the Joker. So, lady, what's your costume?
This is Leg Avenue's Wicked Trickster. It's $69.99. It's very comfortable. It's like a top and jacket with a pair of pants. These are my shoes.
Cross-dressing is really big for Halloween, too. So the guy could go as Harley Quinn, the girl could go as the Joker.
Oh, I love that.
Very cute.
Oh, very cute.
As you can see.
So tell us about your name. How long have you worked here?
My name is Michelle, and I've worked here for a year. And I do improv around Chicago, so I meet a lot of really great people here. We have a lot of people from different theaters come in here, a lot of performers and backstage people. All sorts of people come in here.
Awesome. So what do you think is the top costume of this year?
I think we all know it's going to be Harley Quinn for girls. That's what everyone's predicting. Superheroes are always really big, and so Star Wars. So that's what we're thinking is going to be the big ones this year.
So you've been here a year. So why choose Chicago costume? Why Cortland and his family and his team?
I started working here just as a temp during the Halloween season last year. My friend worked here, and I liked it so much I decided to stay. I get flexibility so I can still perform. I meet a lot of great people. Not as, I meet people that I can work with, and I also meet a lot of great people coming into the store. And I used to work in sales, so I'm still doing sales. Yeah. So that's cool.
Now you're just selling. Now, tell us the name of this costume again.
It's called Wicked Trickster, and it's by Leg Avenue.
Wicked Trickster by Leg Avenue. We're going to get your whole turnaround for us. Awesome. And again, all the links to these costumes from Chicago Costume are going to be in the comments section. They've got someone live in the back, actually, putting the links. So thank you so much, Michelle. It was great meeting you. So who do we have next, Cortland?
Next up, we have sort of a childhood favorite, I think, of many people. That would be our Gumby costume here.
Gumby! Oh, hey, Gumby!
Hi. Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
So tell us about your costume.
Well, this is Gumby, childhood favorite. I run for $69.99, and I'm warm, so that's going to be a really important thing.
Especially here in Chicago.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's going to be cold, so you're going to want a flexible, fun, warm costume to wear.
Everybody will know who you are.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's true.
Everyone will know your costume. So, tell us your real name.
My name's Anthony.
Anthony. So, how long have you worked here at Chicago Costume?
I'm very similar to Michelle. I've worked here a little over a year. I love the flexibility. I also get to perform as well.
You're in performance as well.
Yeah. Everybody in Chicago does improv and sketch comedy.
Really?
So.
Everyone? Okay, apparently I'm missing out.
Sorry. Well, most people.
Awesome. So what do you think is the top costume of 2016?
Besides Harley, probably political costumes, probably some Trump, probably some Clinton. It's an election year, a pretty big election year. Yeah. So that's probably going to be pretty popular.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So Gumby, so I guess just the name says it all, Gumby. And how much is your costume?
$69.99.
$69.99. Awesome. All right, who we have
also
next?
have it in a version where it doesn't show your face if you're worried about showing your face.
But
we wanted to see Anthony's face, so we made sure.
Thank you so much,
Absolutely.
Anthony. All right, who do we have next?
Next up, we have Dorothy, and she's dressed. I don't know if you've seen Stranger Things.
I have. It's
on Netflix. Yeah, it's really
yes.
cool. So this is something that we kind of put together, and this is the 11 costume from.
I like this.
From Stranger Things. So it's just it's a real basic robe, and she's got some blood. We picked her because she already had the cool haircut.
Oh, look at you! You're like set for Halloween. So Dorothy, this is perfect. I love this. So how much is this 11 costume?
The hospital gown is $14.99, and the fake blood by Ben Nye is $3.
Oh, so this is a very affordable costume.
Yes,
so
as long as you have a shaved head.
Yeah. Well, I would imagine you have.
Yeah, we have wigs that you can do that. For like $20, you can probably get a wig. But,
okay.
Depending on how long your hair is.
Awesome. So how did this haircut come about? Is this inspired by the costume, or
I've had it for about a year now, and I just liked it, and I was lucky enough that one of the most popular shows of the year, The Hero, has a shaved head.
Awesome. So do you work here at Chicago Costume?
Yes. Okay. I started working here about 2 or 3 weeks ago as a temp for the Halloween season. Awesome. And I was drawn to it because I go to DePaul University, which is right next door, and I just love Halloween, so I come here all the time. So I was like, that would be great to sign up for here.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. Well, again, your costume is very affordable. You said $14.99 for the, and then $3 for the blood.
Yeah.
And, all right. Well, this is the 11 costume. Thank you so much, Dorothy.
Awesome. Next up, we have a pretty premium quality outfit. I'm not sure if you saw Batman versus Superman.
Yeah.
Well, we have the Wonder Woman outfit.
Oh.
So that's
Wonder Woman. Whoa!
Batman
Look at this
Superman.
costume. Can we show you off? Wow. Very cool. So so how many pieces are involved in this costume?
Oh man, so you've got her hand, I don't know, thing,
Gauntlets.
her gauntlets as well, her crown. You know, you need the wig.
Yeah. Oh,
You got the knee braces
Shields.
and all that. You need some weapons to go with it. How are you gonna save the world without some weapons? Yeah, and then the skirt, the sword holster, and the top.
awesome. So how much is this costume?
This is
That's $199.
$199.
Plus
Okay.
the wig and the shield are sold
Plus
separate.
the wig. Awesome. Well, this is very cool. So do you work here at Chicago Costume? Or are you just a customer who loves
She's
to
one
come
of
in?
our favorite performers. She's a former employee, and she now does kids parties.
Oh, awesome.
It's her favorite character, so I invited her to be
Oh.
a favorite character.
Purple Panda Parties. Look us up.
Purple Panda Parties. Well, what's your name?
I'm Sarah.
Sarah, thank you so much. And so it's $199, Wonder Woman, Sarah, Purple
Panda Parties. Yeah.
Panda Parties. Can we get that move again? Boom. All right, there we go. Thank you so much. What we got next?
Next up, we've got one of the fan favorites as far as a film this year.
Yeah.
And that would be a Deadpool costume.
Oh.
And this is an item
Oh,
that is
boy.
from our rental department, so it's not necessarily something you can buy, but
Oh,
you can rent
boy.
it.
Getting a
It's
little...
It's $125 to rent, and it's a really cool movie. I'm not sure if you saw it.
Awesome.
It's got a
Does
lot of cool things.
Deadpool talk? Or
I don't know,
does Deadpool talk?
Deadpool talks a lot.
Did
in
I
the
talk in
movie.
the movie?
Yeah.
Did I say
Deadpool.
too much? Do I say too little? Or?
So Deadpool, it's 120
$125
To
to
rent.
rent for up to 3 days. Yeah.
Okay.
Available only at our Fullerton location.
available at the Fullerton
This is a
location.
unique costume. We've only got
Yeah,
one of them.
this is awesome.
It's something we, is a very unique outfit. Got a lot of different pieces that go with it. You got your belts, you got your leg guard, you got your weapons, you got your mask and everything. It's a nice leather look material, but it's quite cool.
So would you say, and what's your name, sir?
It's Mr. Dead and Pool.
Okay. He's not telling me his name. Well, thank you, Mr. Deadpool. Now, Cortland, would you say that, part of your business is, following the trends and seeing what's next?
Yeah, that's the fun part.
Yeah. You're like, and would you say that affects your ordering? And
Absolutely. It's always tough because you don't know what's going to be popular. Things could. We have to order so far ahead of time, and it's tough to know if something's going to carry over to the season or if it's going to be really popular and you didn't get enough of them.
Yeah.
Then you're out of luck. So
I want to know about one of your mistakes. I want to
One of
know
my
about an
mistakes,
order that went so
the
wrong.
year was 1999, and the movie was Star Wars Episode 1, and the costume was Darth Maul. Everybody said that it was going to be the biggest costume in the world. Everybody's got to have it. It's so great. It's just going to be just like Boba Fett. Boba Fett was so great in Star Wars. Everybody wanted to be Boba Fett. Well, we had a ton of them, and nobody wanted to be Darth Maul. It turns out that he only got a couple of minutes of screen time in the whole movie, and we were stuck with dozens and dozens of Darth Maul costumes for years and years and years. Now, of course, he's come around, so luckily the mistakes are they're forgivable over time, right? I eventually sold all the Darth Maul costumes. You take the mask off, it becomes something else. So, and if the mistake is you wait long enough, it then becomes vintage. So there's some cool things
Vintage.
about that.
Recirculating. So you just got to have a 30,000 plus square
Yes,
foot
exactly. You
space.
have to have a big warehouse to put all the vintage stuff in. So.
Awesome. So who do we have next?
Next up, we do have something from Star Wars. This
Ooh.
would not be a mistake,
Dun,
in my
dun,
opinion,
dun.
which is the Kylo Ren costume from Star Wars Episode 7. It's a really cool outfit. This is, obviously...
This looks very high quality.
this is, again, a nice rental outfit that we put together with multiple pieces, from our rental department, as well as stuff that we sell. Like, we sell the helmet and the lightsaber separately. Obviously in the movie, Kylo Ren is Han Solo and Princess Leia's son. And, I'm sorry, I guess, spoiler alert if you haven't seen the movie.
Oh, I haven't.
Right, okay.
Spoiler alert!
He's a great character. He's obviously turned to the dark side. He's got the cool lightsaber with the cross guard. It's a nice costume. It's comfortable. It's obviously a little dark, but I think it's again a very popular character from the film.
So I know you it's a rental, but if they have a black robe of some sort, are you selling this mask?
Absolutely. The helmets for sale on our website. Lightsabers are for sale. We have multiple different versions. We do have a retail quality costume, but for the purposes of video, we want to show something really spot on. Really,
this is amazing. This is so high quality. What's the rental price on this?
This is also $125 to rent.
$125.
Be kept for up to 3 days.
Awesome.
And you can also see this guy in our fashion show. We'll have some action moves in our fashion show.
Does this guy speak?
I don't know. You have to ask him.
Do you speak? I got a nice breath.
Occasionally.
Occasionally. Okay. All right. Well, thank you, sir. Happy Halloween. May the force be with me. Awesome. And just so you know, the store is live right now, so
People
we
are
have some
shopping around us,
costumes.
actually.
Oh, really? Who's shopping over here?
Up front here?
We
just walked in.
hello.
It's one of our most popular items this year would be the candidate mask. The popular Republican
I
candidate.
wonder who this might be.
Our own little addition here, which is the tiny hands that we sell as well to go with your candidate costume.
And how much is this?
The candidate mask is $7.99, and I think the hands are like $4 or $5.
Oh wow, this is very affordable.
Yeah.
So, sir, what's your name?
Donald Trump. I have the best masks. Everyone says so.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone says so. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here, Mr. Trump. Well,
and we have Mr. Trump's opponent here, Hillary Clinton. Yeah.
Hi, Hillary.
My candidate is a liar. Believe nothing that he says.
Oh, all right. Now, how much is this mask?
$7.99 as well. We also have latex versions of them as well.
Okay.
The hard plastic ones really show visually the politicians' faces. The latex ones are great as well. They're full head, but they're a little harder to wear to the party sometimes.
Oh, okay. And this is this cheaper option. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean, it's tough when we sell a lot of masks. We have a lot of masks, but they're not always something that people want to wear to a party all night. The party, going out on Halloween, going out to party, what you're really doing is you're going out drinking.
Yeah.
And so having the ability to drink and the freedom of movement and the ability not to get too hot is often, so something like this, you're pretty cool, right? You can go all night in it,
Moving around.
Wearing that mask, it doesn't always, it's not for everybody. It's often just for a laugh, for something fun.
So am I the last costume?
Yes, you are the last costume.
So I am Harley Quinn. I've got a bat and some shorts. So tell me about my costume.
So you've got the wig, obviously. This is not the official Harley Quinn wig. It's an aftermarket wig. It's the Misfit Hipster wig, I think.
Misfit Hipster.
And then you have the Harley Quinn costume, $59.99. Obviously, those are your own boots. Yep. And then we have multiple different weapons. She's got this is a nice wooden bat, but we also have an inflatable bat and a foam bat and a mallet, all kinds of different things.
You have the mallet.
We have a mallet as well. And then
fun.
A nice little makeup look. With multiple different brands of makeup that you can definitely check out on our
So
website.
what's the price point my wig is?
Your wig is $39.99, and the outfit is $59.99, and the bat alone is $40.
$40. So
you probably won't get into the bar with that, too. That's
no.
We're more serious.
For never mind. Yeah, but so my costume's great, really comfortable. Again, you can get it on Chicago Costume. So what else do we have here in the store? I know we did.
Here we got a lot of cool animal accessories. People dressing up like animals, animal ears, animal noses.
Who's the most
are always popular. A lot of people come in, they just want something simple, right? Just a simple pair of cat ears, a simple tail. I throw something on, I'm good. I'm a teacher. I don't want to do too dressed up. I've got to wear it to work, things like that. So we have a lot of that accoutrement. We have our pirate section here, all kinds of cool pirates and ninja stuff. Those are probably the two biggest categories of men's costumes. A lot of times there's a lot of things that go along with them. There's a lot of fun products. You can have an eye patch. You can have
So 30 years of business, what would you say has been the number one costume overall?
Ask me that. That's a very difficult question. I don't know. I still think Priest and Nun is probably the most popular.
Oh, Priest and Nun. Okay. That makes sense.
I would say Ninja and Pirate are right up there, and Princess or something like that. I mean, they're never the thing that's the year, because it's one and done, sort of.
Right.
Here we have just a ton of accessories and toy weapons and things like that. A lot of fun, cool stuff. We got masks and stuff all over our ceiling.
Do you have your own product line?
Well, we have some products that we've labeled our own that don't have a brand specifically. We do create custom masks, custom works of art, which are part of our handmade line, but not specifically.
I found Waldo.
Yes, right. We got a lot of cool costume kits, a lot of headpieces. There's a lot of different sort of accessory sets, right? So you're going to be, an army guy or a nurse or, all kinds of different things, a cowboy. So there's a lot of fun, different levels of accoutrements that you can get to go along with that stuff. Over here, we've got some more animal stuff, sort of the bunny ears and tails, devils. Again, real simple product lines to check out. Behind you here, we have also different things that are like the skin-tight bodysuits, gloves, hoods, build your own superhero kits that we have that are like, the chest and the gloves and the shorts and the pants, so you can make your own superhero.
What would you say is the best advice you were given as far as merchandising and setting up your store?
Advice to give to somebody else about merchandising and setting up their store? Trial and error. Don't get, one thing I learned, I have to tell my employees all the time, is like, you can put it there, but it's not gonna stay there. We're gonna change it around. Don't worry.
You're gonna move it.
We're gonna move. Don't get frustrated about having to move things 3 and 4 and 5 times before you feel like they're in the right place. And for us, at least, because we have so many different seasonal things, we're moving them 4, 5, 6 times a year. And it's the product changes, the amount of product we have changes, the stuff gets old looking. The type of things people are looking for change all the time. So we have to change with it.
And there's literally not a space in your entire shop.
Again, we've been here for a long time, so we don't have a lot of room to do everything, and we're constantly, form factoring all of this stuff. So
this
we can fit
is
it.
fun.
Yeah,
this helmet from
some hats and stuff
Mars
over here.
movie.
Just print out a picture of Matt Damon, threw it on there. We've got all kinds of cool space helmets. Obviously everybody loves different space movies. We've got Bob's Burgers products. We've got German Oktoberfest hats and Oktoberfest products, top hats, bowlers, fedoras, things like that.
You've got it all.
Yeah.
You've got it all.
We have all again over here like the cops, all kinds of cool badges and police sets, male and female, adults, children. Behind me here we have mini hats. So one of my other favorite little product lines. We have a lot of really cool small hats. They're a lot like the masks. They're very cute. They're very fun.
Those are adorable.
Very true black tie. It's like a little bit of flair. Yeah. We have lots of cool boas. Back over here, if you guys want to check it out, it's like the women's costume section. Pretty much, we have all of our superheroes. All the stuff that a lot of stuff you've seen here. A lot of stuff that is going to be very popular this year. We got our Harley Quinn corner. She's got her whole own corner of product
my whole
here.
Harley Quinn corner.
And a lot of other product categories. There's a lot of fun like cozy lady outfits and Ghostbusters costumes. We have
cozy goldfish.
Yeah, so these are like a polar fleece costume. So it's cold in Chicago during Halloween. Not everybody can wear something so thin as a lot of the materials are. We've got a lot of cool Hawaiian outfits as well as stuff for mermaids. Mermaids are very popular right now.
Why?
I don't know specifically, but mermaid crowns. Everybody's talking about mermaid crowns. So a lot
Would
of
you say
a lot of fun stuff.
So how important? We talked a little bit about social media. Is a site like Pinterest big for you?
Well, I've used Pinterest before. I don't know how big it necessarily is for me. I would say Facebook is probably our number one.
For sales.
I have yet to find a social media site that's actually particularly good for sales, or that I could track that says, this is great, we're making a lot of money off of this. Mm-hmm. None that I feel that comfortable in saying that that's the case. But I guess I would say as far as inspiration and ways that we could share our ideas and share our products and interact with our customers, Facebook would be the number one place. After that would be sites like Twitter, and we're starting to do some Snapchat, but we're gonna have a Snapchat filter for our event coming up. But monetizing that stuff, I have no idea. If anybody knows how you're actually supposed to monetize that, please write in the comments, because I would love to hear it. We do it all. We try to do everything we can as best as possible, but it's so difficult to track and understand what all of that means when it comes to sales, actually, right? Because and that's the other thing too with seeing it online. People go to our website all the time and they check us out and then they come in store. So they had an online interaction, but it's really hard to find out when an online interaction turned into an offline sale, right? It's hard to
when an online interaction turned into an offline sale.
Yeah, that's probably the hardest part of figuring out how to invest in advertising, how to do all of those things. You don't know where and how people are doing it as easily. I mean, there's a lot of numbers out there, but understanding that information is the most
So
difficult.
take us back
Sure,
here.
we'll keep going, yeah.
You know, we've been your lovely wife has been live answering a lot of the questions in our comment section.
Over here is like our 1920s flapper and gangster section. This is Chicago, so people come from out of town and expect, they want to see the gangsters and flappers. It's
so
very fun.
Our Al Capone costume.
Yeah, Al Capone. I mean, obviously the ladies' dresses are probably the most popular. Obviously the boas we just saw.
And how much do these run? These dresses?
About $40 or $50. They're pretty affordable, but there's a lot of accessory items that can go along with it.
Sure.
We have behind me here our sort of Game of Thrones section and our religious section.
Ooh, Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Section.
Well, Game of Thrones, it's a popular medieval Renaissance fair. Game of Thrones, that kind of stuff continues in popularity. Obviously, they won all those awards.
Yeah.
And everything too.
So I actually want to show your team hard at work over here.
Show the team hard at work back here.
So we have the team hard at work over here. So what we're talking about, okay? Any questions?
Questions about overseas orders.
Overseas orders? You do ship overseas? Okay.
Sorry, I've got my daughter here too.
Oh, what's your daughter's name?
Oh, this is Arwen.
Arwen. Aw. So when we say family business, it really is a family business. Is it reconnecting? All right. Sorry, we lost the Wi-Fi there a little bit. Showing off the crew back there, but so we're not going to be able to show you the rest of the store.
So, Wi-Fi only goes so far sometimes. But we could also show you the rental department too if that works out.
So if we lose signal, we'll run back upstairs. But the rental department is downstairs, so we're going to try our best here. But so how long have you been doing rentals?
Well, since the beginning, we actually started by doing rentals. The purchasing and reselling of products is a very new thing. Kind of follows the early 2000s globalization trend. While the products are available from China and they're much more readily available, and there's a lot more products available, and there's a lot of different stuff. So
you've got a lot of weapons over here.
Yeah, these are sort of like for stage and theater. And we do a lot of student films too. So we have a lot of antique weaponry. It's kind of a fun thing. There's a really good weapon salesman, so I'm always like, oh, I'll take that thing.
Awesome.
We also do a lot of reenactment attire as well. Over here behind you, we got some fun stuff. We got a German beer girl and a Doctor Who costume, and a ton of really cool tailcoats. 1920s gangsters and flappers.
1920s gangsters and flappers.
Right here behind you as well, there's a really cool Jareth from Labyrinth, which is like the David Bowie character. It's something we, didn't exist. We kind of just put it together.
I see a bear's helmet behind.
Yeah.
It's upside down.
It's a vintage '80s bear helmet. It doesn't sit well on the shelf, I guess. I mean, a lot of this really cool stuff. Gangsters and Flappers, really popular, really fun. We have it's like a Ferris Bueller costume.
Oh, Ferris Bueller. He's from our town.
So again.
Yep. All right, we're back. We just ran back upstairs to get the feed, but we've been live for about half an hour.
Really?
So yeah. Thanks.
That's good. It works, I guess. Huh?
So I did want to ask. I ask most of the entrepreneurs. I've had the opportunity to be with Entrepreneur for a few months now. How many employees do you have?
How many employees do I have? Well, on a year-round basis, I probably have about 20 or 30 part-time employees, very few full-time. And then during Halloween, we bulk up to maybe about 75, 80 people, mainly because a lot of people are only part-time and they only have limited availability. We have our two main locations, our multiple departments. We also do some seasonal pop-ups around town. So, the labor needs are hard, and we often have to overhire because people drop off, so it becomes very difficult to rely on people.
Is that a tactic of yours then, to overhire?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. People get sick, right? People are students,
and you can't have them sick in Halloween.
Well, exactly. I mean, it's tough. So you can't control that kind of stuff, and so you have to have more than you need. And then some people work out, some people don't. And again, that's something I would say. That's something I definitely learned, that you can't necessarily rely on non-family people, which is why family does such a great job.
Yeah.
It can be very taxing. So right now, obviously, there's nobody in the store, but
Yeah.
In a week from now, you probably won't be able to
Right.
walk in.
No, I've literally been here during the Halloween season, and I've, he's provided me with awesome rentals in the past, and you can't move down there, and it's been crazy how
But
many
that's
people.
kind of the fun part of
Yeah.
it. I think, people come in here last minute to get a costume, and
It's part of the
it's
experience.
super packed, right? Like, oh, awesome. Everybody's going to be packed. This is great. They have a great outfit. I want a great outfit. That looks cool. This is cool. You're going to this party. I'm going to that party. What party should I go to? There's a lot of, you don't get that at a lot of stores. And it's a fun experience, I think. And it's really fun for me because it's very rapid fire. Do you have this? Do you have that?
Yeah.
What can we do? Can we do this? That kind of stuff. So it goes really quickly.
It seems like in every street corner in America, when like a store closes down, a Halloween store, pops up around the season. So how are you competing with those chains?
Well, we do our own pop-ups. We've actually been doing pop-ups for more than a decade now. But those chains have a lot going for them, especially the really big ones, right? They got a ton of money, and they do it really well. What we've got going for us is our variety. A variety of products, our customer service, the fact that we've been here for a long time and we're established and people know about us.
You're here all year.
And a lot of the other things that I think we try to do really well, right? Web in-store, online sale, communication, buy online, pick up in-store, the localness of everything that we're doing, and again, my attention to detail regarding the type of products that we're carrying, and having the things that people want when they want them, because we often can't compete with them on price. A giant party store that pops up stores everywhere has got stuff at bottom of the barrel prices. They've got great coupons, great discounts. Those things that we can never compete with. They're often charging the retail price of what it probably costs me to buy products. So it's very difficult sometimes to compete on those things. So we pick and choose the battles and the things that we can compete on.
That's a good quote. Pick and choose your battles.
Yeah.
So, go against the giants, pick and choose your battle, good customer service.
And knowing that there's nothing we can do about it. They're going to do what they're going to do, and we have to just worry about what we're going to do, because that's ultimately the most important thing. We can't make decisions based on what we think what our competitor might be doing, because that's really not good business.
Yeah. So one of my favorite questions I like to ask entrepreneurs is, our entrepreneurs on this network are ferocious readers, and we'd love to know, what is your favorite book as an entrepreneur that has helped you kind of get through the tough times?
Favorite book as an entrepreneur? I don't know. I guess my Slaughterhouse-Five is my favorite book. It has something to do with entrepreneuring, but that's a tough question.
Okay. You can go.
It's tough to sit down and really read a book anymore. A physical book anyway. So I don't own a lot of physical
Any
books.
podcasts that you listen to, or just?
I don't listen to.
Who's your favorite entrepreneur?
My favorite entrepreneur.
Who's
I don't know.
inspired
I
you?
don't know. I guess I would say I don't often idolize in that way with a lot of people.
I'm just me.
I have a more of a smorgasbord approach where I like a little bit of this, I like a little bit of that, I like to see this thing. How's this going?
Yeah.
I don't know. Ari from Entourage. I don't know.
Ari from Entourage. I like it. Well, we wish you
Maybe
all.
That's how my employees would describe me.
Ari. Well, we wish you so much success in this holiday season, through Halloween. How can they find you?
They can check us out online, www.chicagocostume.com.
And that's all across the country.
That's everywhere, globally, right? Yeah. They can check us out on our Facebook page, Chicago Costume on Facebook. They can check out our tweets. They can come to our store if they're in Chicago. We have two great locations, 1120 West Fullerton and 4727 West Montrose. We also have three really cool seasonal locations. The hours and locations are on our website. They can come check out our fashion show that we're doing on Thursday night at the Bottle
So
Lounge.
tell them about it again.
It's at 1375 West Lake and Ogden, and the West Loop here in Chicago. It's a anti-hero fashion show, so we got a lot of cool stuff that we're going to be showing off. There's going to be giveaways. There's going to be we're going to have everything that we show in the show will be available for purchase on site. We've got Boo a Medea Halloween coming to do some giveaways.
Ooh, Boo Medea.
We've got Revolution Brewery is going to be doing some beer sampling. And lots of other fun stuff, too.
Awesome. Well, thank you again, Cortland. My name is Jess Loren, reporting to you live here from Chicago. You can find all of my social media. I'm on everything. On Snapchat, we do a lot of behind the scenes when we're doing shoots such as this, which is so fun. Thank you for the costume. I enjoy it. But yeah, it's Miss Jess Loren, MSJESSLOREN. Again, that's MSJESSLOREN. Coming to you live. We're going to have more content for you next week and the week after, and hopefully for years to come. See you later.